Good evening, folks. Today, I'd like to encourage someone with Psalm 61:2. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee when my heart is overwhelmed. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. What that verse is saying to us today is when our hearts are overwhelmed, when we don't know how we're going to survive, we don't know how we're going to get to the next step, we don't know how we're going to get from point B to point C and vice versa, that our hearts and our minds can look to Jesus as the one that can help us, as the one who is the ultimate finisher in our stories. We can look at 1 Kings chapter 19. Prophet Elijah became overwhelmed with so many emotions that we experience today, like fear, doubt, depression, uh, from the likes of King Ahab and Queen Jezebel and the many false prophets of Baal. Um, Elijah is even recorded for saying in the Bible, "Take my life." I'm just paraphrasing. Take my life, Lord. I had enough of this. I'm not better than anybody else. I'm not better than my fathers. But what does the Lord decide to do in that situation? Instead, the Lord, most famously, we can uh, encounter what the Lord or how the Lord likes to react in this situation. If anyone is familiar with the story of Lazarus dying, when Mary and Martha are crying, Jesus meets them where they're at. Jesus is crying also with them, showing compassion, showing grace, showing mercy, and all the other sorts. But most importantly, Jesus displays this by sending an angel give uh, to give Elijah bread and water to drink, strengthening him up for the further journey, essentially helping Elijah to get to the next stage in his story that we read in this Bible that God has gifted us, ultimately showing us that God cares for us and God provides for us. He's just Jehovah Jireh in our lives, and God's faithfulness will see us through to the end, will see us through to the next point that we meet, that we may encounter. And then to wrap it up, I like to point to Matthew 26. Matthew 26 is at the point when Jesus is praying and he knows he has to die for the sins of the world. He knows he has to give his life upon the cross so that all of humanity has a shot at redemption, has a shot at grace. And Jesus is praying, and in his prayer, he reveals to us that he understands the weight of this world as he was literally the Christ robed in flesh. Jesus understands our struggles. Jesus understands them all. And though he lived a perfect life, he was not inept to the feelings and the emotions and the thoughts that we have in this life too. And Jesus displayed those in his human form, and he ultimately showed us a way out of it, ultimately showed us a way how to thrive, not only not from the feelings and the emotions, but spiritually in this world, through his grace, through prayer, through his word. Thank you for your time.